back to DunnZWorld. I'm done. If you're new here, I'm gonna give you a kiss, give you a hug, and tell you welcome. You love it here, and if you're returning, welcome back, fam. So y'all, I am back with another video, and today I'm gonna show you guys what I use to record my videos. So I'm gonna show you my old camera, and then I'm gonna show you my new camera. With that being said, y'all already know what to do. You already know what to do. Go ahead and hit that notification bell. That way you stay in the loop whenever I post a video. Go ahead and like, comment, and share this video. And without further ado, let's get into it. So I've had the Canon G7X for about a year and some change now. I started my YouTube channel back in 2022, and at that time I was using my phone, of course, because I didn't have a camera overseas. When I finally made it back stateside, wifey gave me her old camera, right? And she went on ahead and purchased the Sony ZV-1. Now she went on ahead and upgraded again, and now she has a Sony ZV-10. So she passed down the Sony ZV-1 to me. So I'm gonna show you guys just some basics about both of these cameras, some things that I've noticed and discovered with both of them, and just give you guys some tips, okay? With that being said, let's get into just the basics and just some specs of these cameras, all right? So both of these cameras are very small, all right? They are literally small enough that you could probably put in your pocket, but I do not recommend, all right? So don't put these cameras in your pockets. You could possibly damage them now, all right? So the Canon G7X sits at 4.1 by 2.4 by 1.6 inches, and the Sony ZV-1 sits at 4.25 by 3.37 by 1.7 inches. So not much of a huge difference, but they are basically in the same ballpark as far as size goes. Now let's get into these prices, all right? So the Canon G7X sits at $799. Oh my gosh, $799, y'all. That is outrageous. Like, why are y'all selling that camera for that much? That is crazy with the features that it has. Now I'm not gonna sit up here and downplay Canon, because Canon is a very good camera, and that's what I started out with, so I really cannot complain. But geez, $799. But let's move on along to the Sony ZV-1, y'all. Now the Sony ZV-1 is being sold for $649, which is literally a huge difference from what the Canon is being sold for. So between me and y'all already know which one we probably going with, just based off the price, all right? Now, both of these cameras do have collapsible lenses when powering them on and off, as you can see on the screen here. Both of these cameras come with screens. Yes, they do, as most cameras do. Now, the Canon G7X screen flips up, which is above the camera, and then the Sony ZV-1 flips out to the side, all right? And also, too, the camera flips out to the side, but it also tilts. That way you can see the footage on the camera at kind of different angles. That way you can see the footage on the camera at different angles, okay? You could also take that same screen and completely turn it all the way around to where when you close it, the screen is not visible and it's protected by the inside of the camera, okay? So both of these cameras have mic capabilities, all right? Both of these cameras have mic capabilities. Unfortunately, I never ever used the mic on this camera, which is the Canon G7X. Never used it, never. I don't know, I just never found, or I never had an urge to. I'm gonna say that. I never had an urge to. So I do know that the Sony ZV-1, of course, has mic capabilities, but my wife actually has a mic for it. So I'll probably be using it. Might be using it more so than ever in the near future, okay? I still gotta figure out the Sony ZV-1, y'all. Like, I kind of like play with it just a little, but I feel like I gotta get used to it just because I haven't quite recorded footage on the Sony ZV-1 just yet and edited it, and I just know there may be some trials and tribulations with that just because of the type of footage it is. I mean, it shoots in 4K, y'all. Like, that right there is a whole different dilemma in itself, especially when we're talking about uploading and downloading. I mean, oh my gosh, I see my wife go through so much with trying to upload her footage in 4K. So needless to say, I don't want to get off to a whole rant about that, but I will be using that mic on that Sony ZV-1 in the near future, all right? So when it comes to the batteries of both of these devices, the Canon G7X takes a 3.6 volt battery, and the Sony ZV-1 takes a 3.7 volt battery, in which both of these cameras have rechargeable batteries. So with that being said, you can put them back into the charging dock and let them charge as you are using a new battery that you just charged. And that's usually how I do it. Whenever I use a battery, I take it, put it on the charging dock, grab another one, put the new one in, and just keep that whole motion going. That way I don't have a whole pile of dead batteries, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, the fact that whenever you do buy these batteries on Amazon, they usually come more than one in a pack, so you kind of have that advantage to try to keep them charged as much as possible, okay? I will say this though, when it comes to Canon, I heard this through the grapevine, I don't know how true it is, but Canon is more so on the, they want to keep all money in, you dig what I'm saying? Like, they want to keep all their money in. So what that means is they want their batteries to be Canon batteries, meaning they don't want you going on Amazon and buying those batteries, which for me, I feel like is a bad move, because Amazon is so convenient, y'all. It's convenient for all types of people. It's convenient for mechanics, it's convenient for content creators, it's convenient for, I don't know, clothing designers. Like, it's just so many different things that are valuable to your craft that you can get off of Amazon. And so if they do that, well, Jesus Christ, like, who's really gonna have the time to sit up here and go on Canon or find a way to get Canon batteries? And 9 times out of 10, they're probably gonna be expensive. So I don't think they should do that. I don't think they should do that. You know, I think they should just leave it to where we can get them off of Amazon. It's quick, it's easy, it's convenient, it's cheaper, and it works, okay? So just want to throw that out there with y'all. I don't know if y'all heard that too. I heard it through the grapevine. Don't know how true it is, but hey, just know, if you got a Canon camera, that may be something in the near future to pay attention to. So the recording max time for both of these cameras, I'm just gonna say it varies, y'all, and I'm not gonna go off of the spec numbers or the spec time frame on the internet, like Google, like Best Buy. I'm gonna go off of personal experience, because that's what really matters when recording on these cameras. So with the Canon G7X, I would say roughly maybe 30-45 minutes, and that's just straight recording. All right, that's straight recording, not turning it. No, I do turn it on and off. I do turn it on and off, and that's turning it on and off. All right, same thing with the Sony ZV-1. Now, straight recording, like no in between of breaks and stuff, about 30-45 minutes, y'all. So that's about how long the camera battery will last. Now, mind you, it may be our faults, in which I literally just gave y'all this advice, and now I'm gonna have to kind of tweak that advice a little bit. We kind of leave the chargers, not leave the chargers, but leave the batteries on the chargers. So that may play a huge difference as to how long the battery actually lasts, because you're burning the battery to fuck up by having it sit on the charging dock, right? Not literally burning, but I mean, if it's already fully charged, it doesn't need to be sitting on the charging block. It may last a little bit longer. It's kind of like leaving your phone on the charger like for long periods of time, even though it's already fully charged. You know what I'm saying? You're burning the battery. So just keep that in mind, y'all. And this is literally what I mean. And even though this is not plugged up, but we kind of leave the batteries in the charging block, in which all of these batteries are fully charged. But yeah, y'all, don't do what I do. Do better. But yeah, so for both cameras, I'm gonna say about 30-45 minutes, okay? 30-45 minutes. And if you're not the type of person that'll leave the battery on the charging block, hey, you may get an hour. You may, I don't know. Don't hold me to it. So at focal range for both of these cameras shoot in 4K. Now, Canon G7X, I don't know. I did not know that you shot in 4K. I was not aware. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. You have a wonderful day.
Okay, bye. You gotta love those VA appointment reminders, guys. Gotta love them. But let's get back to the video. So they shoot in 4K. At least that's what the internet says. I don't know. Can you shoot in 4K, Canon G7X? Because if so, what you been doing all this time? It's like, nah, I don't know. Maybe I should have played with the settings a little more. I don't know, but the internet says you could do it. I believe you could do it. It's kind of too late though, because you kind of been replaced. I got the Sony ZV-1 now, but hey, no, don't worry. You still gonna get used. I'ma still use you. You probably gonna be more for something else, but you still gonna get used. I don't know if it's gonna be in 4K though, but don't worry. You will still get used. We're not throwing you away. We're not. I love you, okay? I love you. We made it this far together recording, and how dare I just throw you to the side? That would be foul. That would be foul. let's get back to the video, y'all. Y'all know how I play. I play too much. So being that both of these cameras, and the reason why I keep looking over here because the Sony ZV-1 is right here, y'all. So both of these cameras shoot in 4K. Now, not all cameras do, all right? Not all cameras do, just because of the setting capabilities that the camera has to have in order to be able to record it in 4K, download it in 4K, and then upload that bad boy in 4K. All right, so if you do not have a cinematic camera, then you will probably have to shoot at a lower resolution, which means that your footage may not come out as you expect it to. May kind of look like maybe how this footage looks. And honestly, I don't know, y'all. It may just be me. Sometimes I feel like my footage is not as clear as I want it to be, but I don't know. But then other people tell me it looks really good, so I don't know, y'all. But back to what I was saying, it won't be as clear. It won't be as clear, it won't be as crisp, but I don't know. I really beat myself up about how my footage looks, like how it looks on the screen, how it looks on your camera, how it looks on your phone. So that's really what I care about the most, is how it looks. And sometimes it'd be a little too saturated, and maybe the way my editing style, maybe just the camera and how the footage is recorded itself, but I don't know. Something that I've been looking to improve. Now that I got the Sony ZV-1 though, it's definitely gonna be better because it actually shoots cinematic. We're gonna touch on that later on in the video though. We're gonna touch on that later on in the video. So let's get into the lens on both of these cameras now. So let's get into the lens with both of these cameras. So both of these cameras have fixed lens. That means you can't take them off, all right? There ain't no twisting and twirling. You can't take it off. Now what you can do, which is something that I did, which is something that wifey did as well, is get a third-party lens, which is what we did off of Amazon. We got a third-party lens, and we went on and slapped that bad boy on both of our cameras. So the third-party lens that I currently have on this camera, which what you guys are seeing, which I'm gonna also show you in another clip of me taking it off and putting it on. It's good. It's good. I'm not gonna say it's the best. It's good though. The reason why I say it's good is because it's already cracked, and I just bought this lens last year, okay? And I don't see how it could have cracked. I'm very gentle, very careful with the camera, so yeah. Nah, it's not making sense to me as how it was cracked, and it's cracked around the housing part that you would attach to the actual fixed camera lens on the actual camera. So I don't know. It wasn't twisted too tight. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know. It may just be it's not a good quality lens. Now, when it comes to the Sony ZV-1, the one that I bought for wifey, hers completely broke, like completely broke and fell off the camera. So I had all intentions on taking the lens on my Canon G7X and putting it on the Sony ZV-1, but because of that whole fiasco, I don't think I'm gonna do that. I don't think I'm gonna do that. You understand what I'm saying? So I think as far as the lens that you guys are currently looking at, which is the wide angle lens, all right, I might have to stay on this Canon G7X until it can't stay no more, okay? I actually do love how this looks because I could get way more in my footage as far as like the background, right? I could get more in my footage. Now with the Sony ZV-1, it don't really matter to me because it's crisp. It's like, you know, we talk about 14 karat gold, 24 karat gold. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it look all right, but I got 24 karat gold over here because it's crisp, it's clear, you know? We got cinematic footage over here. I just feel like it just outweighs the features and the attributes of the Canon G7X to me. Hey, that's just me. That's just me. And the fact that it's cheaper, come on, you cannot go wrong with that. I will say that that was the biggest thing that I like the most about the Canon G7X, which is the camera that y'all are looking at me on. Is the wide angle lens. The wide angle lens, that was my favorite part. So, but you know, we moving up in the world, y'all. We moving up in the world. We can't stay right here. We gotta move up, and up is Sony ZV-1. You dig what I'm saying? So that's what we gotta do. That's what we gotta do. I do want to talk about one of the cool features with the Sony ZV-1. Let me tell y'all this real quick though. I want to tell y'all this. So y'all just don't understand how many times I done recorded this footage, like trying to take footage from the G7X and footage from the Sony ZV-1 is like pulling teeth out of a tiger's mouth. like trying to put it together in a video, oh my gosh, and my iPhone footage too, my God, you know, this is like my 4th time, I kid you not, no cap, recording this video. I don't know how I feel about that, other than the fact that I'm dedicated, okay? But outline was to show y'all on the Sony ZV-1 what I'm talking about with the information that I'm about to give y'all. But because of how it may come out, like I said, that baby right there is shooting 4K. So the way that it may come out, it just may not flush with the rest of the footage that I have on my other devices. So I'm gonna show y'all on this camera, in which I recently discovered that the Canon G7X does the same thing. What? Oh my gosh. Anywho, so cool feature about the Sony ZV-1 and now also the Canon G7X, you can put a piece of product, or not even product, but just anything in front of the camera, and it's going to zoom in on that item and blur out the rest of the footage. What? This is what I'm talking about, y'all. Now, I don't know if y'all know anything about these pens. Don't look at my cuticle. I don't know if y'all know anything about these pens, but these pens are my favorite. I love these pens. I mean, these are the best pens that you, come on, focus. These are the best pens that you can, like, money can buy, all right? If you know, you know, okay? These are the type of pens that usually come up missing in school. You dig what I'm saying? But this is the feature that I'm talking about that the Sony ZV-1 has, and now I know the G7X has too. I like it. I love it. Moving right along. So, like I said, I have tried shooting this video about 4 different times, just trying to put all this footage together for y'all so that y'all can see what I'm talking about in the breakdown of these 2 cameras, all right? So both of these cameras have so many differences, right? But they also have a lot of things that are in common. But I want to get into the footage itself. I want to show y'all the footage itself, in which hopefully this will come out how I want it to come out, all right? If it come out how I want it to come out, which is probably how you gonna see it, because I probably done figured it out by the time you see this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up in the comments like, hell yeah, you did that shit. All right, so I'm gonna put 2 different clips side by side of the Canon G7X and the Sony ZV-1. That way I can see the difference between the footage, all right? And this is raw footage. This is just raw footage side by side, all right? And you can kind of see that the Canon G7X is just a tidbit saturated, all right? Just a lot of saturation in that clip. Now, when you look over at the Sony ZV-1 footage, it's cinematic, it's clear, it's crisp, it's crisp. God damn, it's crisp. It's clear, it's crisp, it's pure, it's fresh water, it's cold water that you need on a hot sunny day. Like, it's just a huge difference, but it's almost refreshing footage because you're so used to, well, I was so used to the saturated footage from the Canon G7X, but I wanted you guys to see this huge difference in both of these clips, all right? So like I said, whenever y'all see this, go ahead and give me a thumbs up like, yeah, you did that, you put that together, we see what you talk about. Bet. I love that, all right? So I have given y'all a list of so many different things with both of these cameras. The only reason why I know so much, or know what I do know, is just based off of experience. I've seen wifey go through what she went through with the Sony ZV-1, with the battery overheating, because, you know, she's been using it for a long time, which that's something to keep in mind too, y'all. If you're gonna get the Sony ZV-1, which I'm glad I got one. If you're gonna get the Sony ZV-1, make sure that you have some type of cooling mechanism for that battery. The battery is gonna overheat, especially if you're recording for a long period of time. All right, I went on ahead and purchased a little portable fan, which literally fits perfectly in the back of the camera, y'all, where the screen goes. And that literally will keep the camera cool, but that will literally keep the battery cool, y'all. I did not know that that shit existed, because if I did, I would have went on ahead and been bought it a long time ago. But hey, here we are, you live and you learn. So just wanted to throw that out there for y'all in case you did not know. But I wanted to really just show y'all these huge differences, but also show you guys these huge common similarities. All right, these are 2 very popular vlogging cameras. I mean, if you look at a bunch of, if you look at a lot of your most popular YouTubers, your most popular content creators, I guarantee you they have either one of these cameras, all right? Or they may have what wifey just got, which is the Sony ZV-10, all right? That Sony ZV-10 ain't nothing to play with. That's big mama right there. You really gotta know what you doing when it comes to creating content when you get that Sony ZV-10, all right? That ain't nothing to play with. Don't play with her at all. So based off of everything that I just provided to y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and lay out to y'all these two different clips of these Best Buy pictures for both of these cameras. Not sure which one I'm gonna put on which side, but just based off of that, I'm sure I have an idea of what you gonna pick, and I'm sure you got an idea of what you gonna pick, all right? You dig what I'm saying? And which I already know what I'm gonna pick because I already got both of them. But with that being said, you probably gonna go with the one that's cheaper. The one that's cheaper just does way more. I mean, quality wise, we're talking about quality. We're talking about quality, especially when it comes to the footage. Now, the more crisp and clear the footage is, the more that it's gonna give that cinematic feel, in which that has become so popular over the past year or so, all right? I mean, everybody is chasing that cinematic view, what? Everybody's chasing that cinematic footage, okay? Whether you have a cinematic camera or whether you're shooting in some type of form where it's producing a clear, crisp footage, all right? So, but hey man, I just wanted to come in and give y'all all that information because like I said, y'all are my peoples, and if I got it and if I know about it, I'm gonna share it with y'all. So now y'all know. All right, now y'all know. Go ahead and have to wrap this video up. I already got about 25 minutes of footage for this video. Like I said, I done recorded this video like this is the fourth time, y'all. This is the fourth time. If only y'all knew the trials and tribulations I was going through to try to get this footage up and out to y'all. Y'all just don't know it. I am so behind on my days, but hey, it don't matter because we're going to keep going. We're going to keep pushing. We're going to put this footage out, all right? You already know what to do. Go ahead and hit that notification bell. That way you stay in the loop whenever I post a video. Go ahead and like, comment, and share this video. And as always, fam, peace.